Welcome to Craig Back Zone.
Georgia. I'm here at the Katie Black Show to chop it up, see how everything going.
What up?
Yes, indeed. So I was born at Gwinnett Medical. So that's like, anytime you hear the Migos talk about the North, NAWF, anytime you hear them talk about that, that's the area I'm from. So that's Norcross is an area right outside of Atlanta. So that whole Gwinnett area. So right. What about you? Where you from?
I'm actually from Charlotte.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Born and raised, but I do talk like a Yankee, but that's okay.
It's always cool whenever they get the accents mixed up a little bit.
Right?
Keep people on their toes a little bit.
I know. I feel like don't you feel like I have no accent?
I can hear it. I can hear the northern a little bit. I can hear that a little bit. If you would have told me something up north, it wouldn't have surprised me at all. Like North Carolina was honestly like I was like, oh, North Carolina, this is where she from?
So funny. I think it's because I tell people I lived in South Florida for a long time, so I think
Gosh,
something happened there.
good question. I think 2017 is about the time where I like really was like, I'm gonna stick through. I'm gonna keep doing this because beforehand, before 2017, probably around 2014, 2015, I was writing a lot of like poems and things of that sort, and going to like spoken word places, and performing pieces there. And then, but I stood out a little bit at those type of events because my stuff was a lot more rhythmic. It had a lot of rhythm into it. They was like, man, you might as well turn this into a song. So I had a friend who was recording music. One of my good friends, Kaniki, goes by Paul Cat. So he was recording all the time, and he would invite me to come record with him. But I was still in the process of like of chasing my football career and everything like that. So I didn't want to like put my face out as an artist per se,
Right.
to kind of maintain that football brand. But it was like 2017 is when I had stopped playing football. That dream just ended up being gone. Like I had a car accident that was pretty crazy, and it was actually scheduled on the same night of my first solo studio session. And so I'll go straight from the car accident scene and walk the rest of the way home, which was like about a mile after like, the ambulance came and they cleared up everything and stuff like that. It took my car, it was totaled. Walked home and then asked my younger brother to drop me off at the studio because I had another concussion. That's what it was. It put another concussion on file. So yeah, so that was over with. So no football after that. So I go home. My brother takes me to the studio. First of all, he's shocked by my face is all beat up and stuff. Like I went 3 rounds with Mike Tyson. So I ended up going back to the studio and I recorded four songs, from my first EP that I dropped in 2018 because that was at the end of 2017. That's when I decided I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna stick with the music and focus and begin to focus more on it because that day I kind of like was looking for some direction.
Right. So essentially this car accident you feel like did it change the trajectory of your life a little bit?
100%, 100%. Like everything that I was doing before that, I always wanted to be heavy involved in the arts. So always wanted to, even though I always was.
Mm-hmm.
But football was like the thing that was the vehicle I so happened to be in at the time. Like that was the thing that I was looking to do to professionally. That's what I was going to do professionally. But I had high interest in arts and fashion, music, but music was just that thing that was like really like I felt so cool being able to express thoughts that I didn't feel as comfortable saying, but putting into music and be able to say what's on my mind through it.
That's what's up. So, to rewind a little bit, were you playing high school football or college football or?
Oh, I was transitioning from college into the NFL.
What?
Yeah, yep. So I went to the school at the University of West Georgia. I'm in the Hall of Fame at my school there, and
Uh-huh.
so I was on a good route to going to the NFL. I had just did this huge campaign, and I had a workout set up with one of the NFL teams. Literally 10 days. It was supposed to be 10 days after the day I got in my car accident, and then that was just after that. That was it. But it was funny because I was literally that day that I got in the car accident, I was like kind of seeking direction. Like, look, like what am I supposed to be doing? I want to know. I wanted to be clear as day. Like, I wanted to be clear, and that car accident could have made it more clear.
Oh my goodness, what a story.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you miss football?
Honestly, it's like no. I don't miss playing. I feel like I gave it everything I had. I gave it everything I had. I played from the time I was like 7 years old. So um, I had a really successful career in college, and I just wanted to take it as I would have felt like it would have been a slap in the face not to all the people that supported me to not take it as far as I could, but I was ready for something different. I was ready for something new. So I'm
Like a new
pleased with
chapter.
what happened. Was that? Yeah,
A
new
new
chapter.
chapter.
Exactly.
You know what's so ironic, but like, I always question, is there such a thing as like something ironic? But so I have another show where my focus is interviewing ex-professional athletes. So that's kind of a niche that I have. So that's why I'm just like, holy shit. Because
Oh, that's crazy.
I study I study a bunch of weird shit, but like that's something that like I've always, do you feel like obviously you said that you were in a car wreck with a concussion. Do you feel like you have lasting effects of playing the game?
Um, of course, definitely. It's like you're battling your whole life. Like, I went to the doctor, had a physical. It almost sounded like it was a physical of like a old man almost. It wasn't that terrible, but when they start mentioning arthritis and you're in your 20s, you got arthritis in this shoulder, you got tendonitis in this hip, you got
Mm-hmm.
herniated disc here. It's like, okay, all right, but my mental, I feel like my mental, thank God, the way that my style of play, I was always aware of like you know the potential long term effects and harms. So I was doing things to kind of take care of that as I was playing, like taking certain vitamins just to kind of keep the brain functioning, like ginkgo and stuff like that, essential oils to just keep stuff moving how it should. And I feel like taking a rest off of it and just taking care of myself, and I feel like I've been okay though. But besides those other things I listed, I'm all right.
Good. That's good to hear. Intuitive, what have you. I'm getting vibes. So like, do you have like someone that you feel like always protects you, that like has followed you throughout your life, or like a family member that passed away that's with you or something? Because I'm picking up on something.
Mm,
Or
that's deep. Off the top, the person I could think of is my dad's father. I never got a chance to meet him, and he was a musician as well. He used to play saxophone, Gladys Knight, and he was a math professor at Morehouse.
wow.
He worked in the police department at APD, and I feel like he died. He died when my dad was 11. Like he's a
Hmm.
true Rolling Stone, and I feel him with me often. Like I really feel him kind of like guiding me, and protecting me often. Some of the things that led to his demise, like he died of alcoholism, and I just feel like I don't know. I can feel him kind of with me, kind of helping me
Guide you.
walk through guide me through this whole process a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, what have you. I don't know how people take that, but I do get some kind of that energy is with you. So that's very, very cool. Sounds like your grandfather was a legend, huh?
Yes indeed, yes indeed. Honestly, I have this creed that I say often, like before most of my performances.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I feel like a lot of that in that creed, like I do this thing called abstract writing. Sometimes I just write stuff, whether it makes sense to me in a moment or not. Whether it makes sense to me in a moment or not, I just write, and and it just produces a feeling. And so I wrote this creed, and I really feel like it's more of him than it is me. To be honest, I could hear him saying it more than I could hear myself saying it. But that's kind of how I always break the ice with a crowd, typically at some point when I'm performing.
That's awesome. So is that kind of trippy that I brought that up?
That is, it honestly is. That's the first time I really thought about it, but without hesitation, that was the first thing that came to mind.
What up?